So now you people think that the US government has kept the borders open and imported tens of millions of people to the country in the past 50 years because it loves immigrants? You think that's what's going on? That Washington, D.C., our government, suddenly discovered compassion, but only for like Somalians? Will you all be so serious for just 1 second of your life? Please, I am begging you. This government does not care about making anyone's life better. It didn't care about Flint, Michigan, doesn't care about what happened in East Palestine, doesn't care about veterans, doesn't care about fixing problems that it openly admits exist, including the ones that it created itself. But we're all supposed to believe now that it woke up one morning and said, you know what? Somalian immigrants, let's import as many Somalians as we can, and we're going to make sure that we give them everything. These are the people that we're going to sacrifice everything for. Will you please be serious? If you think mass immigration policy is about kindness, you don't understand how power works. Governments don't run on morality. They run on incentives, and immigration is one of the most incentive-rich systems on earth. There is endless bureaucracy, contracts, NGOs, endless emergency funding, zero long-term accountability. Every step creates jobs and grants and consultancies and nonprofits and shell organizations and middlemen, etc. Money goes in at the top, it disappears into the complexity, and no one can trace it cleanly by the time it all comes out. You don't even know how much money's going in. None of this is conspiratorial. This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is how every bloated government system behaves. And here's the part that's really frying my brain. The same people who tell you to read left-wing theory and the same people who say capitalism exploits labor and they'll say that, the state lies and corporations extract wealth. In the next breath, they will defend the immigration bureaucracy as if it was like a noble charity. Suddenly, the government is on it. Suddenly, NGOs are pure and acting in everyone's best interest. Suddenly, fraud is impossible. Will you all pick a lane, please? You don't get to say the system is rigged and then turn around and say, but this one program, this one massive, opaque, global pipeline of dark money, that one's a little bit different. This is the system. This is what extraction looks like. This is what it looks like when they are robbing the treasury before the empire fully collapses. And I don't want to make all immigrants the villains here. I'm not saying that. They're the raw material. They are the grist for the mill. They are the excuse for the resource extraction. They're just like taxpayers in that regard. And if you think that the political class cares about the dignity of immigrants, ask yourself a simple question, okay? Why are the outcomes always so consistently awful and getting worse? Why are people stuck in things like permanent limbo trying to get into the country? Why are communities destabilized with zero planning whatsoever about when the immigrants actually arrive in these communities? Why is everything temporary and chaotic and permanently in a state of crisis? Because the crisis is profitable. And if that idea makes you uncomfortable, good. A lot of you are way too comfortable being ignorant. And the real problem is not that you're immoral for not understanding this stuff. I'm not a hardcore lefty, so I don't believe that being wrong makes you immoral. It's that your mental model of how the world works is wrong. And once you understand that, once you see it, that most politics is not left or right, it is managers versus the managed, a lot of things suddenly make sense. Don't come at me in my comments saying some nonsense about, oh, all war is class war. Shut the fuck up. Billionaires aren't breaking into my fucking car every month. But they are making sure that the system of anarcho-tyranny remains in place so that the people who do break into my car don't suffer any real consequences. You got the entire online left defending government corruption and their Somali pirate friends. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up.